This episode is intended to be a celebration of love and of life, because life does go on even in quarantine.
I'm Sienna.
And I'm Toast.
We've been partners in life, love, and music since 2001, and we believe life is best lived as a love story. Your love story.
After all, to love well is to live well. For more, check out siennaandtoast.com. But for now, here's this episode. Got your coffee?
I got my coffee. I'm ready. I just want to say, I want to tell everyone that I just minutes before we started this podcast, I saw a goose flying so close to our window, and he was flapping his wings.
You could hear
I could hear his wing flap. That's how close he was. And then he started soaring as he dropped his wings. And I saw his big gourd belly and his beautiful feet dangling, not like the owl. If you heard that other podcast about the owl. Just soaring and dangling, and he angled and went right above our house. So that was already such a gift this morning, to see a beautiful goose so close up. And the timing, the divine timing of me, I just happened to walk up the window, and here comes this goose. And he was by himself.
No honking.
No honking. No honking with his buddies.
Just a silent goose.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So I will say that. Let's open with the goose energy.
Yes.
And
all love to the goose. I think it's so neat, like how you saw it so close, or him or her.
I think it's close.
It's just a different experience of how this guy he's going through the air like we walk on the ground.
And he's so heavy.
I know, they're giants.
Like, how is he flapping up in there and holding himself up? I don't know. Anyways.
Love it.
So that's what the morning brought. A goose and some great dark roast coffee with coconut milk and cinnamon. Yum, yum, yum. And we are here.
And we're ready.
So this past week and the past weekend, the birthday weekend, was full of all sorts of emotions.
Yes.
All sorts of emotions.
Dynamic. That's a very dynamic week in ways that we didn't really all expect. I mean,
totally.
We were ready for the birthday and the birthday cake baking, which was fantastic. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we will get to that. But this whole episode just kind of what we want to illustrate is, like how Toast said in the little intro, that life goes on, and we really are in a place now to sort of like, in ways, like suck it up and make the most of it,
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah, and
not in all situations. I
guess how I take you to mean that is to refuse to place lives on hold or on pause forever until it all goes, quote, back to normal.
Right.
Yes, we do acknowledge there's definitely times for taking a pause, taking some time out, but it's not a kind of like, well, I'm just going to hide in the corner with a blanket over my head until everything goes, quote, back to normal. It's like, no, it's okay.
And I think what is really, what can be positive about this experience is it is changing our threshold. Like, we'll explain more, like with the birthday things and stuff like that. But things that normally maybe we don't tolerate or that would upset us, just maybe it just doesn't anymore because we have a different perspective, on things. Different things are happening. It's like now our threshold is different. It's like, oh, okay. And in that way, I think it's helping us to feel more gratitude in the small things, which are the big things, right?
Yes. Yes.
So anyways, I will say, and don't worry, this will turn out, we're not going to, it's not a depressing podcast.
I'm going to take care of you.
But I will say that I don't know if it was on the birthday weekend or earlier in this past week or when it was, but we did receive a hate comment on one of our Instagram posts that featured Bear. And these people, in their profile, it was like a father and son, and they were wearing Trump shirts and hats and things like that. And I just, first of all, I think it was our first like hate comment. We've had inappropriate comments, but,
right.
But this was like, it was blatant hate. And just, it's just amazing, I think, sometimes what it brings up, what it brought up in me,
sure.
I'll say.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay. First of all, I felt like, how can people be so mean? And then I'm like, okay, I'm taking this too personally. They don't even really know us. And then I'm like, then I'm getting angry at them. Like, why do you even spend your time doing this? Like, this person went on the profile and then decided, oh, let me type out, what do I want to say? Oh, let me type out these words of hate. And it's like, who spends their time doing,
Yeah.
It just is like crazy. And then I felt angry at them. And they're like, oh my God. And then it's like, but I also know, like, I don't want to spread that back.
Right.
I don't want to give that same energy tone back to them and hating them. So all I did was I reported the comment, because then you can do that on Instagram. And then I deleted it and I blocked them from our account.
And you took the additional step of basically acknowledging it and
to the
apologizing.
People who commented on that thread. Yes.
Like letting people know, like, in other words, not ignoring it.
What was important to me is that for that post, we had a lot of comments on it. So whenever anyone comments on a post, whoever has commented before will see it. I mean, they may not see it, but they will be alerted, to anything in that thread in case they're interested. So I felt like, people might have seen it. And I want to acknowledge,
Right.
Right. So I just simply posted a comment on that same thread, just saying, we apologize if you saw the hate comment, but, our mission is spreading that of love, messages of love and not hate. So we have deleted and blocked and reported that account. Yeah. Just so people know.
Yeah, I think it's really important for
just delete it
for
or like
each of us in the communities that we are a part of to be aware of any of those kinds of hate comments or energies or aggressive, contentious type of behavior. Even if it's deleted, it's like, hey guys, just want you to know, this happened and all that. I think it's important.
Yeah. So anyway, so that happened.
Yes.
And then on my birthday weekend, which was also Mother's Day weekend, we got such sad news from two of Toast's really good friends on the Big Island, whose one mom had passed away. Another friend's mom was very, very sick. And then she did pass away actually on Mother's Day, which was
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And both of them did pass from COVID-19. Both of them were on the East Coast. And
the moms
were on the East Coast, right?
I thought one mom was in Long Beach.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, it was very sad and heartbreaking, and it made me thankful too, though, for my friends who on the Big Island, who I really, I have to be honest and say it's not like I've kept in like close, consistent contact with either of them. But at the same time, both of them have been really, really positive presences in my life in past years. They played a very positive role. And so that stays with you.
Yeah.
And just being in touch with their hearts and their memories of their mothers was very encouraging. Just to be reminded of the goodness in people. Yeah.
They're good. They're really good people.
Yeah. And I would say I think most people are good people.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
It's people are either crying out for love. It's a cry for love, like that hate comment. It's probably a cry for love.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah.
Or it's an expression of love.
Yes.
So we get
to
that. Decide if we're going to remember that.
Yeah.
When things happen or not. Yes. But so it's been an emotional week, and just so much going on in that way. But still, we were celebrating our mothers on Mother's Day, which was the Sunday, which gave us even more appreciation and gratitude for our moms being alive and well. And my birthday was before that. I did mention that I was going to make a cake.
And people got excited about the cake making.
I did make a cake. But the day started off, Toast made me breakfast, and we tried this new vegan bacon.
Oh, no.
And it was delicious. Like, I posted it on a story on Instagram. Yeah. It was delicious. Okay, so I'm enjoying it. And I just about finished it. And then I felt a little itchy. And both of my forearms had hives on them. And I don't know what it was in that bacon, because all the ingredients seemed familiar to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
So birthday morning started off with yummy vegan bacon and
bacon
hives.
And hives.
Bacon and
Yeah.
hives. Not chives, but
bacon
hives.
And hives.
Bacon and hives.
But thank God, like, didn't you took
You gave me that natural dehist, which is an antihistamine herbal thing.
And you drank water.
Drank a ton of water, and it
your
went
body
away in a few
it.
hours.
Yes.
Yes. So that was fine.
Thank goodness for that.
Then the cake the cake I decided to make was it's called, the recipe said, a traditional birthday cake. Yellow cake with milk chocolate frosting. And so that's the cake I made. And it was the first time I brought out my cake set from IKEA that we mentioned from before. And it was the first time making a layered cake where it's not just 2 layers and you're just slapping on the circle on the other circle. You are actually using a cutter to slice each circle to do a 4-layer. But I didn't have enough frosting.
Or so you thought.
To do a 4-layer. So Toast got a plain layer, which she was very happy because she doesn't like frosting. And then I did the 3-layer. But I gotta say, that cake was so hard to make. I was so exhausted. I couldn't even think of, okay, how do I want to decorate it? With the cute frosting tips, which was my life. And that's the thing I was really excited to use. I'm like, I'm too tired. I can't do this. Because so much of it is the anticipation. Like, you're waiting for the cakes to bake.
That's
and
true.
You're like, okay, great. Then you're waiting for them to cool. And you're like, okay, they're almost cool. And then you're like, oh, let me make the frosting. And then you have to set the frosting. And I think it's just because the frosting was vegan, maybe, that you have to set it.
I've never heard of that before.
So you have to set it for 2 hours, the frosting. And then when you take it out, it's just kind of hard. but then you have to like break it up again and then add a little more coconut milk because that's the milk in it. It's vegan, but so coconut milk makes it milky. And then you beat it down, but that's why the frosting looked a little lumpy because I was impatient. I'm like, hurry up and let's just make this frosting.
Okay.
So anyways, so that's the cake that happened. Mm-hmm. And then for Toast's birthday, which is coming up next, we will do the lemon cake.
Is that one a layer one too?
If it is, I'm not doing it.
I was going to say.
I'm going to just not
never
layer
mind
it.
about the layers.
I don't think it is. I don't think
Okay.
It's just a spring form pan, so which we have.
The good thing about, layers obviously look beautiful, so it adds some visual interest, but it's also a way to get more frosting into the ratio.
I think that's the point.
And we don't need more frosting.
I do.
So never mind with the layers.
But I do want to say that this cake, it was grain-free, so it was made of almond flour, and the yellow of the cake was produced by adding turmeric to the cake batter to give it that yellow look. And the milk chocolate frosting was, again, coconut milk and coconut cream to make it really luxurious.
And what I thought was so interesting was I had this cake for breakfasts, for subsequent breakfasts, without frosting, because it's that healthy. I could do that. And it really reminded me of just pancakes, which makes sense because pancakes. It was really good.
Yeah, I guess.
And we were kind of worried about, like, because there's just two of us. Right?
Oh,
it's not like usually you can go to a party and then you split up the leftovers with people, or you're sharing it with 10 other people. But no, there's just two of us and there's this giant cake. And we thought, oh no, will we be able to actually eat this? I did pretty well, I gotta say.
I think you did really well. But I do want to share too, because this is all about like being real, right?
Yes.
So the hives are a real moment.
Yeah.
And then I think we shared with everyone that we were going to order from our favorite vegan bistro.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And then when it was time to order from them, they were closed.
It's very, very on brand.
And I was so excited to eat their food because we haven't had it in like 2 months plus. 2 months plus. So they were closed. So we had to have a plan B. So all of that happening, all those emotions, all these little inconveniences. But you just move on. And as far as the cake worries, we didn't have to worry because our really sweet friends, they dropped off food the very next day, birthday food, and we left a bag of cake for them.
Yeah, we prepared some takeout boxes of cake.
And then we had chit-chat over the balcony, Romeo and Juliet style.
Yep. Oh,
and
man.
we just chatted it
Isn't
up.
that crazy? Yeah.
Balcony to ground level, and they brought their dog, and that was really nice.
Lesbians chatting on the lawn.
Yep.
Lesbians on the lawn and lesbians on the balcony, just
Lesbians everywhere.
Chatting
Lesbians everywhere.
for the neighborhood entertainment. Well, just like our neighbors did. Our neighbors did that.
Yeah.
Like about
I don't think any
month or
lesbians were present except for us.
6 weeks ago. Yeah. The no contact thing.
So it was still, everything's just like this mixed bag of emotions and
weirdness and awkwardness.
Yeah, and yet these bright moments of light just popping up here and there. And one really beautiful moment was our other friends, 2 women, decided to, like, hey, we're not going to let this COVID thing, stop us. In fact, it might be the perfect time to get married. So we attended a Zoom wedding.
I'm just kind of still in shock about it. That's why I'm kind of silent.
We attended a Zoom wedding.
Pretty amazing.
And what was so fantastic is we were like, okay, we should dress nice because I'm sure they're going to record. We don't want to be like schlumpadinking the wedding.
Right. No.
Right.
You don't want to. Don't go to a wedding in your pajamas.
Right. But it was so funny because we felt like newscasters, right? Like wearing schlumpa-dink bottoms, but like a nice
Don't
top.
tell them. We saw another attendee.
Yeah.
Was wearing a suit.
Yes, a few were.
I appreciate that.
With a suit and tie.
Yes, I appreciate that. That's fantastic. Yes. I say high five, way to go, thumbs up on that.
Yep.
Yes. Yep. It very much added to the occasion.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was really nice. And their dog was the ring bearer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they did have an officiant present.
Yes. Who's their landlord.
Yes.
Who also made the hand-carved cake topper.
Who lives goats. in the same
owns the
dwelling
building they're in. Yeah.
Yeah. And they did keep somewhat of a social distance. There were some masks involved, but not during the saying of the vows, nor for the cake cutting. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But there was no you may kiss the bride part.
No.
Yeah. So we attended a Zoom wedding.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people are doing those.
I don't know. But, it sounds like our friends weren't planning to get married in May of 2020.
Right.
But with everything going on, I think it put things in perspective and they made the decision like, let's get married.
Let's do it.
Yeah. When's going to be the best time? Well, let's do it now.
There is no perfect time.
Right. So I really appreciated that.
Me too.
Yeah.
And it was really nice to see, the other attendees who we only know a few of them, but to see this wider circle of community and love and support and goodwill, and knowing that we are now seeing the faces of these other people out there in the world who are good people.
Yes.
It was good to be a part of that energy.
Yeah. So I think I'm getting used to Zoom, I think it's something I'm going to need to embrace versus like, a Zoom something. Yeah, I prefer Marco Polo, but anywho, is that like the old person's app though? Like,
So what if it is?
Like maybe, like maybe people are just more into Zoom and FaceTime and basic FaceTime versus doing. Okay, Marco Polo. Why I love it is because it's not dependent on everybody being ready at the same time.
It's text
this
messaging.
This is when we're available. Let's all get on the thing now. It's basically video texting. So you can leave a video. And what's so fun about it is that on your Marco Polo app, you can see all the videos from the past. And it's all beautifully organized right there by date. And you have this it's like a video photo memory book. That's not just like maybe how my phone is, where all the videos are mishmashed and, it's like, oh, here's my conversation with so-and-so. Oh, here's the group convo with this person, And I gotta say, I get excited about Marco Polo and then I drop off the face of the earth and I don't respond to anyone. I have to admit that.
But that's part of the benefit is that you can do that. Because it'll always be waiting for you.
It's always waiting for you.
Time,
and then you come, and then when you're ready,
yeah,
you can come back and do, but it's just nice because you have the memory of it versus sometimes when it's live, it's like that's come and gone.
Yeah.
So I love Marco Polo. More people should do it.
She's a fan.
But you know what I don't love now?
What?
About it?
What?
They have a new feature. Okay, maybe it's not new. I only recently started getting back on it.
Okay.
But they have a feature now where I guess you could accidentally press this button.
Okay.
While you're watching, you can press a button to show you watching it.
Oh my gosh. Like a reaction video.
A reaction, yes.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And that becomes your response?
Well, yeah, because you're watching. It's just recording you.
We should experiment with that because how do they render that? How do they display that? Anyway,
it's just like taking a video while you're watching a video.
Yeah.
So
but do they put your reaction as an inset into the original video to which you are responding?
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't done that because I don't think people need to see me in my robe watching their videos.
You. That's what I think. That's what I think. Yeah. Like, I'll...
No one needs to see that. Me, my coffee.
There's no purpose in it. Really.
Bear.
Yeah. It's a waste of bytes and bits.
Anyhow, check it out. Marco Polo, the app.
It's like, that's our bah humbug comment about the newfangled reaction thing. Like, I remember when Twitter first came out, it's like, what are you doing right now? Right? That's their slogan. It's like, who cares? You don't need to know that. Like what I had for breakfast. It doesn't matter.
I thought that was cute. Anyways. All right. Stop it.
Are you saying exactly what I'm saying? Oh, okay. So we just want to wrap it up by acknowledging that, yes, every single one of us is having a different and unique, our own personal experience here while we are in quarantine. Some of us are maybe out of quarantine now. And some of us have been going onto the front lines of our societies while all of this has been happening. So we just want to acknowledge each and every one of you. We want to really just express appreciation for the examples of love and the beauty in life and of life that are happening in every occurrence, whether you're on the front lines, whether you're in quarantine, whether you're having a really peaceful, productive quarantine, or whether it's been the opposite and very trying and difficult. We know, and our conviction is that love and beauty is there in every one of those instances. So take care. We will see you, quote unquote, see you again next week. And until next time,
this is Sienna.
And this is Toast, as always, inviting you to continue living your love story.